Okay, good morning, welcome along, and happy St. Patrick's Day. Our Wednesday session, our Staying Well While Staying Home series. So, a collaboration between Siel, Bleu Ireland and the Irish Cancer Society. So, looking forward to this morning's workout. Hopefully, it's nice wherever you are. It's nice here in Dublin, and hopefully, you can get some of that sun in too. So, let's get into the workout. As I'll always say, just make sure you have plenty of space. I will lead all of this work standing, but do please adapt to anything. I will always say if something feels painful, change the exercise. Even very simply, if it just feels a little bit uncomfortable, do change your movement. If you're in any doubt, maybe what movement to replace with, to change your movement, I would suggest just a really active march on the spot. Bring the knees up high and just bring a little bit of arm swing. So if you're unsure, you can just march, keep a little bit of momentum going during the routine. We have weights, bottle of water, and you might have a window open if you have the sun pouring in like I do as well. So let's begin. Let's get warmed up. We'll start off with a little bit of upper body movement first. Just taking the shoulders back. So we're just going to knuckle it, just focus in a little bit on the upper body, just the shoulders, just taking a little bit of care in this position. And then we'll just go through some nice active movements to warm ourselves up. I now change direction, guiding the shoulders forward in circles. Okay. Just taking our hands to our shoulders next, just to raise the elbows. I can do this one at a time if one side felt a little bit tight or a little bit uncomfortable in any way. Just go another couple of times. Keep the elbows elevated. Open out to the side, front to side, just opening those elbows out. Okay, and then just to keep the elbows out by my sides, I'm just going to guide those elbows forward in circles. Again, I just think movement from the shoulders. And then to guide those shoulders backwards. Okay, morning Deborah, admin, good to have you with us. And good to see sound, everything working. And I'll always say, as we just return the arms down, bring it to a march, any issues with the stream, it can happen, touch wood, no problems. We will start a new stream. And we just know in these home settings, occasionally the internet can be an issue. And I will start a new stream if that were to happen on our YouTube page. Okay, so let's get a little bit more active now with our movements. I'm just going to take a little side step and raise the arm. I'm just going to alternate between those two. So side to side, opening those arms up. And just return back to that march position. Just making sure I have plenty of space. Just want to continue side to side, but now opening the arms directly out to the side. And as I'll always say with some of these movements, just think, well, maybe not these exact movements might be in the circuit, but a lot of the time we'll do, think if you were loading this position with weight, how would that feel before we start to work positions like this in our circuit. And just return. In. Morning, Mary. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you too. Okay, I'm just going to show you this from the side position. I'm going to pause the movement, reach in front and pull back. And I always like adding a rowing motion. It can just feel really good. I'll always say, just think about the connection here. Kind of get a little bit of connection, a little bit of feeling in my back. So just rowing, pulling back. And I say just roughly belly button height. Let's get a nice rowing action. And back. Return to march. Hips always very essential in our session, so I'm just going to take a really nice big step next out to the side. So how I'll do this, big lift of the right knee and just follow with the left. Think if there was a little wall there that I had to step over. So big lift of the knee, just a big step across. I just think opening up around those hips, a nice big lift to the knee. And once more, and back in. Okay. Next action, just going to take those legs back, just curling the legs back. Think heel towards bum. And then pausing the motion briefly, just reach across side to side. Just think stretch that arm across. Just opening up a little bit through the shoulder here. Just stretch side to side. Okay, and I'll just take it back in. Bring it back in, just tuck those elbows in, and just a little bit of movement from your elbows. Hands up towards shoulders, and just continuing to move the feet here. Okay, and then just bringing those hands up. I'm just going to take a side step and just a light punch, side to side. Just nice and light with the arm, just so you're not too blocky, rigid with that movement. Just keep it nice and light, just a little press or a light punch out in front, and just in with that side step. Okay, and just return, just finish out marching out on the spot. I'm going to introduce us now. We have 7 movements, 3 rounds. Lower limb movements today. We're just generally going for body weight movements. Hopefully nice, kind of enjoyable movements today. And then we have some upper body work where we will add our weight in as well. So some strength work, elements of balance, coordination, and just some generally aerobic movements in there too. So let's begin the workout. I will start the clock very shortly. Just to demonstrate this first movement before anything begins, you might like your chair. You can use that just for a little bit of guidance. Our coordination squat, one I've used many times in these sessions, just a nice variant. So just soften the knees a touch, chest up. I'm going to sit down or squat, opening one arm in front, opening one arm to the side. Return. You'll notice I just track the movement of the arm that goes to the side with my head. All the time, I want you to keep a really strong upper body position that you maybe don't start to lean or drift. I want you to work extra hard, keep a nice strong upper body shape. Use the chair if you need, fully sit down into the chair, or maybe just lightly tapping, or maybe we don't need that chair at all and we can just go for a full squat. So whatever version of that is needed or works best for you. So let's start the clock. So just going to put that in and we are good to go. Okay, so you can have that chair if you need. Again, that chest up, arms ready. I'll open one arm in front, one arm to the side, and I just sit back towards the chair. Now again, I'm not going to rest in that position. I'll just lightly tap the chair. Maybe we don't need that chair at all. Or maybe we need to just reset the position fully every time. If you find your back is maybe bending a little bit, find it hard to keep that shape, in that case we might just sit fully into the chair. Again, just track one arm in front, one arm to the side, and I just look to the side each time which the arm goes side. Again, working those legs, down, back up, nice straight upper body. Let's take a couple from the side position. Just tracking that movement. One arm in front, one arm to the side. Nice straight upper body. Just sit those hips, down and back. Pressing up nice and tall. Once more. and up. Okay, second movement. Just going to gradually build this one up. Just taking hold of the one weight. Now I know we all may have a different weight, so it depends on what you're using, but just for now, I'll take one weight, holding up just about chest height. I'm going to step to the right, nice smooth press, and then over to the left. Now I will build this up. If you find maybe a weight's a bit too easy, I'll add a second weight in the next round, but again, it really just depends on the weight that you may be using here. Next point, keep the press smooth. Always avoid a punch out with the weight. When we think about upper body or chest, we just like those nice, smooth, controlled actions. So I'm thinking, can I maintain that same position each time? I'm not starting to drop down and get tired with this one. I'm working hard, keeping it in line with my chest. Just a nice step, side, side, nice smooth press, directly in front. Just working hard to keep that position. No need to return too tight here. Just keep an inch or two from your chest with the weight all the time. Nice smooth press. Once more, each side. And return. Drop the weight. Reverse lunge. Any issues with the lunge? Very quick adaptation. Lift the knee, extend the leg. Lift the knee, extend. If you're okay with the lunge, I'm going to keep this as an alternate today. Hold on to the back of your chair. Just soften the knees a touch. Step back with the right leg. Lower the body down. Back in. Now the opposite leg. Step back. Lower. And back in. Upper body stays straight. Think drop in between the position of your 2 feet. Upper body might lean forward a touch, but ensure that you're not leaning over that chair. Overall, a nice straight upper body position. Think less about the leg which moves back, but more about the leg that stays in front. That is where I expect to feel most of the workload. Knee is not caving in. It's not shooting forward into that chair. It's going to stay smooth in line with my toes. I feel the work through the leg from a muscular point. Any issue, any discomfort with that knee, step this one back. Either reducing the range that we work or taking that leg extension if there's any issue with this movement. One more time. And back up, okay. One we have worked on recently, nice aerobic movement here, a little bit of core activation, a little bit of balance coordination, and even might feel the leg a little bit active. Take a step back with your right foot, take your elbows in front, lift the knee, elbows down. Upper body stays straight. So see that action, knee up, elbows down. Just that I don't bend. Keep that upper body shape nice and strong. So ensure that you're balanced, you're strong in the position. Might feel a little bit of kind of absorption on that left leg, it's keeping you strong. And then a little bit of core activation here as well, staying strong in the upper body position. Swap sides. Take your left foot back just a step, elbows up, lift the knee, elbows down. I just take it back a touch in terms of pace when I restart on the opposite side. Just ensure you're balanced, strong through the position. That right knee is soft and not too rigid or tight in the position. So that right leg is keeping me strong, balanced through the position. Elbows down, knee up. Once more, and down, okay? Take hold of our 2 weights next. We will work the arms, and again, just kind of in keeping with our theme, we're going to keep this nice and active today. Take hold of your 2 weights, Elbows by my side, roughly. Step to the right, lift the weights up. See, the palms of my hands are faced towards my body. So kind of side grip. Lift the weights, nice smooth line, up, down, towards shoulders. And I just step side to side, nice light step. Alternate position. You'll see that the elbow stays roughly in position, just that I'm not coming out of position like that. Keep the elbows roughly fixed in one position. And then a nice straight line up, down with those weights towards your shoulders. Just keep nice and light side, side. And that upper body staying straight. There's no arch help from anywhere else. Just working through those arms. Keep control. Maybe as you get tired, might start to swing a little bit, but always a good controlled lift with those weights. Straight up and down. Last time. And down, okay? Drop your weight. Back to body weight. We're going to stand behind our chair. A nice little lower or calf activation here. What I want you to do is hold the back of your chair, soften the knees, and what I want you to do is march on the spot. Keep your toes to the floor, and we're just going to work our heel pumps here. Lift the heels up one at a time. So as one heel is up, one heel is down, but the toes stay flat to the floor. Okay. So just lifting those heels up, down, one at a time. I think your toes are glued to the floor, and all I can do is lift one heel up at a time. Okay. Then straighten the position out, and then into a regular heel lift. So we're adding a couple of phases in here, just for a little bit of variety, a little bit of challenge, just quite literally keep us on our toes with some of the movements. So now my body is straightened, lifting the heels up, down. You're feeling the back of those lower legs, hopefully. Okay, soften the stance again. So can you see I just soften the knees, and then again back to those ankle pumps. One at a time, lifting up. It's a nice kind of light movement. I can add a little bit of power and speed in here. Lifting heel up, one at a time. Keeping those toes flat to the floor. And we'll just finish out. 3, 2, 1. Taking up our seated position. Again, this is one we added in last week with our core activation. Any issue with this one, you can change it. I sit forward in my chair. I lean back. Nice strong upper body position. I hold on, see if I'm kind of strapped into the position. Feet elevated. If you find this really difficult, start with your heels on the floor. Whichever version, I want you to pull foot up towards the body. You'll see how one foot glides alongside the leg. So think of kind of pulling in towards your upper body, as opposed to just up towards ceiling, pulling in towards body. Again, that upper body position stays strong. I'm not bending to achieve that position. It stays fixed, and I just pull one leg in or one foot at a time. And as I say, really difficult, drop the heels, and you might find that works a lot smoother just by having your heels to the floor. But we always allow for that progression, an extra challenge if we feel good with that. Okay, so we'll just finish the last couple of times. Might hear a little exhale as I pull the foot in. And rest. Drop the position, take a breather. Okay, round one of circuit finished. Always a sip of water if you need. Ask yourself how that feels. Is there any movement there that was painful, sore, or just didn't like? Change the exercise if that is the case. There's no pressure. Perform exactly as I do. If in any doubt, march on the spot, big high lift to the knees, and just keep it active as a replacement. Like me, should be able to still talk in a full conversation. If I was unable to talk in a full sentence, maybe that's a sign I'm pushing too hard. So yes, I feel challenged, but I'm in control, I'm not in any pain, I can talk in a full sentence. So let's go, round number 2, at about 20 seconds. Our coordination squat, again, if you want the chair, full sit stand, or just as a little bit of guidance, or maybe you're perfectly happy without it. Whatever way you're happy with here. So, knees soft, chest up, and let's begin. 3, 2, 1. One arm in front, one arm to the side, and I track the arm that's out to the side. And then I'll swap. But I want you to particularly think, because we're adding that little bit of movement, just being mindful that we don't start to lose shape. I want you to work really hard to keep that strong upper body position here. Nice straight back. Working through the legs, tracking the movement out to the side. Again, you might like that chair, just a little bit of guidance. Maybe you need to sit fully down. And just showing from the side position. Keeping that nice straight back. So there's a little bit more involved in the action. We're still going to work really hard, keeping that back nice and straight. Nice challenge through those legs still. Mindful those knees in line with toes roughly, just so nothing caving in. One more time. And back up, okay? If we remember, the second movement was our side step and press. If you found that position uncomfortable, you can work this without weight, no problem. If you were happy with the one weight, felt right, continue with that. If it felt a little bit easy, might depend really on the weight you're working with, you can now bring your 2 weights in and just merge them together. In front of my chest, step to the right, same smooth press. Now this will be a little bit tougher to maintain, just so that I don't start to drop down. I want to keep same control, nice smooth press directly out in front. But again, there's no pressure to use the 2 weights. You can use one, you can go without weight if that feels anywhere uncomfortable. As I say, it might just depend on the load you're working with. But again, keeping that action smooth, nice straight line out in front. If it's really heavy and I find I'm drifting down, maybe I'll just ease out and reduce that back to 1 weight. Side, side, nice smooth press. Again, there's control. I don't want to punch that weight out real aggressively, just a nice controlled, smooth press out in front. Last couple of seconds, and once more, and back down. Drop the weight. Reverse lunge. Just remember, if any kind of issue with that lunge, sometimes people might find this one difficult. Lift the knee, extend the leg. So lift the knee, extend the leg. You'll get that good load through the same area. So, hands on chair. Soften the knees. I'm not too rigid or tight, just nice relaxed position. Step back with my left leg. Lower the body down and back in. Then my right leg goes back. Lower, back in. 3 phases. Step back, slowly drop down, step back in. Upper body straight. I'll get a tiny tilt forward, that's okay. But you're not going, your body is not going over that chair. Very much behind the position of the chair. The work is through that front leg, and that anchor, that front leg. Feeling lots of tension and workload through the muscle here. Just continuing to switch. Take your time with this one, no need to rush it. Thinking of my body roughly between the position of my 2 feet. Again, really feel those legs nice, really active through this one. One more time, if that feels okay. and back. Okay. This is where we'll lift the knee up next and push those elbows down. Any issue with balance, just didn't feel comfortable, you might just take one hand away and use your chair support. So have it nearby if you need. I take my right foot back, elbows up, knee up, elbows down. But anyway, I'm comfortable. That chair is alongside and I could just work through one arm rather than the two. Elbows down, knee up. That left leg working hard, it's keeping me strong, balanced in the position. Knee up. Strong upper body position, we're not bending. And just a very active movement. Swap sides. Left foot back, start slow, gradually build up. Just kind of mindful of balance as you swap sides. And again, if I'm not comfortable, I might hold on to that chair for support. Upper body straight, knee up, elbows down. Once more, and down. Moving back to the arms, we'll take our two weights. And do remember, I'm always kind of introducing the next move and getting those coaching points in. Keep sipping on that water between. Take a longer break if needed. Just do important. No pressure to follow exact times. If you find it a little bit tough, slow the pace down. Two weights, palms faced in to my sides, elbows in. Step to the right, lift the weights up. Step to the left, lift the weights up. Just nice, smooth, side to side. Weights up towards shoulders in a nice straight line. Again, nice active movement, but just careful that we don't just swing the weight rapidly. Good control lift up towards shoulder. A good purposeful lift. From the side. See those elbows stay in position, mindful that they don't drift forward like this, that they stay in position and all of the work, all of the load through my arms. I think roughly one head of the weight going towards my shoulders. And I expect as this one goes along that those arms will start to feel a little bit heavy on this one. Final couple of repetitions here. Once more. And down. We'll drop those weights. And back to the lower legs. Take up position behind your chair. For lack of a better description, I'm just calling these heel pumps, where you just lift the heels up. Nice, quick, light movement. Then we'll go our heel raises and then back to those heel pumps. Okay? So hold the chair, soften the knees, and then lift one heel up at a time. So like you're kind of stuck on the spot. You think your toes are glued to the floor. All I can do is lift one heel up at a time. So it's like I'm kind of almost just marching on the spot, but your toes are stuck to the floor. One heel up at a time. Okay, straighten the position, just might even come a little bit closer. Perfect straight position, and then a regular heel elevation. Heels up, heels down. So we're just mixing this movement up a little bit. Heels up, back down. Just going to go two more. One more. Soften the knees. And back to those heel pumps, one at a time. Toes glued to the floor, they can't lift. I can only lift one heel up at a time. 3, 2, 1, and down. We'll take up our seated position. Thinking about the core again. Do remember, just if you didn't like this movement, absolutely no pressure. Very simply, you could just extend the legs, lightly kick those legs up, down, just keep a little bit of momentum continuing here. Upper body straight, sit back, strap in, hold the side of the chair, legs out, feet up or heels down, and pull one leg in at a time. Might hear that exhale as I draw the foot in. Just thinking about core. Might feel your hip a little bit tired on this one. Might even feel just the leg itself a little bit tired. If really difficult, heels down, work from the floor instead. Well, just continue with those heels up. Keeping control, mindful that I'm not bending forward here. I'm keeping that position strong, just guiding one foot up at a time. Final reps. Once more each side. And down. Rest. 2 rounds finished. Okay. Take a little pause on the clock. Sip of water. Ask yourself again, how am I? Like me, can you still talk in a full sentence? Okay. If you're pumping sweat, very breathless, unable to communicate back in a full sentence, that would be a sign maybe we're just pushing too hard and we need to just slow it down a touch. If everything feels good, we just continue on as is and just making any switches, as I say. If something feels a little bit funny, a little bit painful in any way, just change that movement. Any doubt, high knees with a march, just keeping the momentum going. A nice, quick, easy replacement. So let's put the clock on. We'll start in about 20 seconds. Back to our squat variation today, or sit to stand, however we might like to perform that one. So, knees soft, chest up. I'm going to open one arm in front, one arm to the side, and just tracking whichever arm goes to the side. Chair if you need, maybe not necessary, or maybe we need to sit fully down. 3, 2, 1. Squat down, one arm in front, one arm to the side. Working extra hard just to maintain a nice strong upper body position. I'm not caving or leaning to one side. If I'm feeling tired, I can sit fully back to that chair, but I'm trying not to rest for too long in that position if I choose that one. From the side, keeping that back straight, working through those legs, one arm in front, one arm to side. One more time if comfortable, and back up, okay? Nice active movement. We're going to take our press with side step. Remember, if this was very difficult, you might work without weight if there's any kind of issue there. It doesn't feel comfortable. You might work with one weight, or as I have been working with from the last round, 2 weights. And again, it may just depend on how heavy the weight that you're using is. So I'll work with my 2, merge together, step to the right, smooth press. But really, whether 1 weight, 2 weights, no weight, we're looking for that same controlled action. Nice smooth press out in front. Staying in line with chest. I'm not dropping the weight down. Might be a sign it's a little bit too heavy. Nice, strong, smooth press in front. Roughly that same line every time. From the side. Not needing to come too tight to the chest. There's still an inch or 2 between the weights and my chest. So I'm kind of avoiding going too tight here. Keeping the body strong. I'm not arching. Just that good control, press in front with side step. Last couple of times. Once more. And down. Now, back to that reverse lunge. Remember, any issue with this one, we like to work with the knee lift and then extend. Nice light, lift the knee, extend the leg. And you can swap right, left. Maybe do half on the right and half on the left. The lunge, we take hold of the chair, we soften the knees, big step back with that left leg, lower the body down, step back in. Opposite side, right leg, big step back, lower the body down, step back in. And just continuing. Step back, drop, and back in. And again, thinking of that front leg, working really hard, the knee not caving in, it's not driving into that chair. Upper body is straight, I'm not leaning forward over that chair. Just work in depth and range that feels right to you, don't force it too far if it felt very difficult. And one more time, if that feels okay. And back. Just going to take again, you might like your chair alongside you. This is where we lift the knee and push those elbows down. Really nice active movement. Just mindful of that balance here. Chair always available if you want. So, right foot back, elbows in front, knee up. Upper body strong, not bending at any point. And again, maybe kind of might underestimate how much that left leg is actually working here, particularly after some of the work previous. That leg might feel a little bit tired. Keeping the knees soft. You're not really rigid or tight on that left leg. You have a soft knee. It's allowing that left leg is keeping you strong. Swap. Reset. Slow the pace down. Left foot back. Just start slow. Mindful of balance. And now I feel strong in the position. Elbows down, knee up. Work strong to the right leg. Knee up, elbows down. Chair alongside if I need. Once more. And down. Take hold of our two weights. Okay, a couple of seconds. Side side, bringing those weights up and down. The palms of my hands faced into my side. And again, just keeping the elbow roughly in a fixed position here. So, two weights, elbows by side, palms faced in, step to the right and lift. Down and then over to the left. Nice straight line, up, down, weights towards shoulders. As you get tired, you might start to kind of swing the weight a little bit, but let's keep control. Nice straight line, up, down. I think one head of the weight towards shoulders. Side, side. And again, maybe this third round getting a little bit heavy. The arms might feel heavy. Absolutely fine if you want to reduce. And maybe just as I'll demonstrate, work through one at a time. Just if you're running out of power. We'll finish out just another couple of repetitions here if that feels okay. Might hear that exhale as I lift the weights up. Once more. and down, dropping the weight. 2 final movements. Again, our heel variation. It's just a different kind of challenge. Every once in a while, just like to throw that little kind of different challenge in, just a slightly different stimulus on something like this. Hence why we're doing these heel pumps, heel raises, heel pumps. So working between those different positions. Hold the chair, soften the knees, toes glued to the floor, one heel up at a time. A nice light movement here, keeping a little bit of flow. One heel up, one heel down. Just alternating, keeping one heel off the floor all the time. Okay, straighten it up. Might even just walk it in, centralize the position, heels up. Keeping everything nice and straight, up, down. Heels off the floor, back down. And get back to those lower legs. Okay, and soften the knees, and let's just finish out marching on the sort or those heel pumps, one heel up, one heel down, keeping those toes glued to the floor. And we'll just finish out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, finish off in our seated position, core. Again, if you don't like this one, that's perfectly fine. You might just keep it very simple, pulse those legs up, down. But I like to sit forward, sit back, strong upper body position, hold the side of the chair, legs out, feet off the floor. Right foot in, left foot in. Really difficult. Drop your heels to the floor, work from that position. You might hear that. Exhale as I pull the foot in. Keeping control. Upper body keeps its shape. Core, hips, legs might feel heavy. Might feel any of those areas here. Last couple of times. Once more each side. And down. Okay, so 3 rounds of your circuit finished. Might like to take a sip of water. And just, yeah, sure, I'll lead by example here. Just going to kind of phase it out. We're working very hard there. Very active, 3 rounds. So we'll just go through a couple of light movements here to relax the body down. So just a couple of flowing light movements, and we'll add a couple of stretches and longer holds in here also. And just keep it very simple. Walk it out, just taking stock. We worked a lot of lower limbs with our squat or lunge variations. We just kept them as body weight today. We worked upper body with the arms, chest, very active. Elements of balance, coordination, I think when we lifted our knee and brought the elbows down. Core, very much active in a lot of the work today. Lower leg, yeah, the calf as well. Maybe 1 or 2 other areas I've left out there, but a lot covered. So hopefully that was okay. Just going to take a couple of light pullbacks of the leg. Any of these movements, we're looking to cool down, to relax, so I wouldn't want to challenge myself really in terms of balance at this stage. So if you feel any of these movements, just want to grab the chair, that's fine. Okay. Take it back in front, lift the knee, just a good lift, one at a time. And just as ever, any issues with that, too hard, too easy, as ever, let me know. Have been trying to just push the bar a little bit higher Appreciate we've been doing the workouts for a while. Just want to ensure that there is progression and challenge there. So, but at the same time, let me know, even as simple as maybe needing a little bit or more adaptations for certain movements, anything like that, just let me know. Okay, just continuing to march it out, taking the shoulders slowly back. Thanks very much, Mary. Glad that was, that's what we want, like that kind of view. It was hard, but doable at the same time. That's what we want. Ultimately, kind of on the side of challenging rather than far too easy. And it's perfectly fine if you find one or two movements difficult, but overall, happy with the workout. So that's great. Delighted that's feeling good after that. Okay, now let's get a little stretch to the arms and shoulders, hands together. I'm just going to pause the movement, just stretch the arms back. Hold for a couple of seconds, back in, reset. Pull back, and down. One more time. And down. Okay. Next, we'll bring the hands up. Just going to stretch those arms out in front. So in this position, I can already feel just a little bit of stretch in that upper back position. And then I want to pull hands back to shoulders. And now I think squeezing shoulder blades together. Stretch the arms in front. Pull back. Just showing from different angles. Stretch the arms in front. Pull back. Same again. Stretch the arms in front. Pull back. Just want to go one more time. Stretch those arms in front. Pull back. And down. Just take a little rotation. Keep the arms really nice and relaxed. Just think move through the upper body. Rotate to the left. Over to the right. Once more each side. You might kind of hear me lightly inhaling as I move across. And then exhaling out to the side. Once more. Okay, and I'm just going to finish out very simply with some breathing. Keep this really simple. Inhale, and I want you to just really slow the time of the exhale. So always just keep the breathing really simple. And go hands on your hips, down by your side, whatever feels nice to you. But just inhale. But I want you to double the time of your exhale, so controlled. Same again. Twice to finish. And once more. Okay, that's our session for today. Back next Wednesday, same time. Have a great week and have a great St. Patrick's Day. So thanks very much. Hopefully you enjoyed the workout and enjoy the rest of your day.